Hey, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective love oracle for today. Today is Friday, December 26, 2025. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. If it doesn't fit, just leave it on the table for someone else. You don't need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use the Price of Love Oracle by Crystal Banner. You can find this at collidedope.com. She also has an Etsy shop. I keep saying she has an Etsy shop. I'm pretty sure she has an Etsy shop. I think it's called something else. I'm pretty sure. Like 90-something% sure. Again, sorry for doing the collective reading and not having my mic on. I always feel bad when I do that. I'm like, how could you forget the mic, man? How could you forget the mic? And I don't even have my volume turned up all the way. Sorry. We got 2 on the table. Is this good energy or is this bad energy? Oh. 5 on the table. Let me see. Huh. Alright, well, you know my answer to that. Not all soulmates are meant to stick around. One more shuffle. I was hoping for something a little more like loving and friendly and nice and yeah. Oh, okay. 6 with bottom of the deck. We've got codependency, soulmate recognition, detachment, robotic, divine timing, shattered. Bottom of the deck, shattered. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates, doesn't matter. So let me just say this. Like when I met my twin flame, I didn't recognize him as a twin flame until after the fact. And I was like, oh, that was my twin flame. Like that did not work out. He was a piece of work. Like that was my twin flame. I have not talked to this man. It'll be 3 years in January. And I don't ever plan on talking to him, running into him, anything like that. He is so far from enlightened and healing. Like, he's got issues. Anyway, I mean, as far as I know, because again, 3 years, anything can happen. But anyway, he was my twin flame. I'm pretty sure in most of my other lifetimes. Okay. And when I tell you that in every lifetime, we were meant to come together and surpass the last lifetime. Like we were meant to come together and finally make it work. And in every lifetime, we do not. Okay, we do not. And we didn't in this lifetime. And I've told you guys this before. This is my last lifetime. Like God is really going to have to give me a bunch of cookies to get me to come back. So, and by cookies, I mean money. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, this is my last time here. I don't plan on coming back. Like, he's really going to have to give me some kind of incentive to come back to this hellscape. Anyway, the soulmate recognition could just be someone recognizing that in a past lifetime, this was your soulmate. them being your soulmate in this lifetime, it doesn't necessarily mean you're meant to be together, because we've talked about this before. We've also talked about how, like, your pet could be your soulmate, your kid, your mom, your brother, your uncle, your aunt, a cactus. Like, anything could be your soulmate. Many people actually think that their pets are their soulmates, and I fully support that. I fully believe that. Um, Whatever this connection was, it was toxic. So maybe it was supposed to be, like that soulmate connection, but that person was not in their highest vibration, right? Like they weren't healing, whatever the case. I mean, to me, that would give more of like a twin flame connection, but la di da. If you haven't detached from this situation, you're going to detach from this situation. It's going to be like one move right after the other, because you might have done this before. Repeat the process. And again, if this is somebody that you look at as a soulmate connection from another lifetime, maybe you did it in another lifetime. Everything's meant to happen when it's meant to happen. Someone getting into a codependent connection and then extracting themselves from that codependent connection, it's all according to God's timeline. Everything falls into place when it's supposed to fall into place. I just think that this connection, this detachment from this connection is just going to leave you or someone, right? If this doesn't resonate for you, this is going to leave someone. How do you pronounce that word? I just heard it in my head. Bereft? Is it bereft? Or do you not say the F? Bereft? It's not bereft. Bereft? Barren? Yeah, it's gonna leave somebody like, I think it's gonna be like any other connection, if you want me to be honest. I think it's gonna leave somebody feeling heartbroken, and it's gonna leave somebody feeling as though it's gonna take them a few moments to heal. And by a few moments, I mean a lot to heal, a lot of time to heal. There are certain connections that we have in our lives that you can get over pretty easy, especially as you're going along and you get older and wiser. But there are still every once in a while where you have that connection and you're just like, damn, like that hit me like I did not want that to hit me. And if you guys follow me, if you subscribe, the last like 6 months or so, the guy I fell in love with at work, like that hit me. And I think part of it was because it was my first falling in love with somebody after my ex-husband. Like anybody else was just like a fling or a friends with benefits, or, oh, maybe this will work. And then it didn't work and I walked away because, who gives a shit after a month, right? But this guy, there was something different there. I thought there was something different there. Obviously, he didn't think there was anything different there. Obviously, he's just fine. I don't know that, but I'm just saying. I'm still healing from that. I'm still going to be healing from that for a while, but I think I've told you guys one of my biggest takeaways from that encounter, from that situation, is knowing that I can love again. Is knowing that I can open my heart to someone and love someone. Because I got to be honest, after the ex-husband, like, And I've told you guys this before. I told I told a bunch of my friends before my divorce that I fully expected to divorce my ex-husband and not be with anyone ever again in that way. So when I met this guy at work and I fell in love with this guy, like it made me realize like I could open my heart again. I could fall in love again. It just was with the wrong person. Shocking. But, you know, it's a learning experience. It is what it is. Anywho, I'm going to leave it there for you. Take what you will from it. Maybe you see something else in there. Feel free to comment if you want to comment. I hope everybody had a lovely holiday if you celebrated. I hope everybody had a good Friday. Good Friday. It's not Easter. Um, I hope everybody has a great weekend. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.